Hey gang, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy. Thank you so much for joining me today. And so today, guys, we are going to finally take a look at the Lunar New Year Collection from BH Cosmetics. My package finally arrived. And so we are going to dive in and take a look at this collection. So if you are interested in taking a look at the Lunar New Year Collection from BH Cosmetics, then keep watching. So still in the parcel packaging, this is the collection. And so it is the palette. So we have the Lunar New Year palette. There are two face and body glitters or gels, and then there is the liquid liner. The only thing I didn't purchase from the collection was the lashes, because I didn't really like the style of those lashes, so I opted not to have the lashes. So first up is the liner. So this is the wing liner that's a part of the collection. You can see it's one of the marker style liners. Now this is not my preference of liner. I prefer a felt tip liner, but you know, I'm sure it'll be fine. And then there are the two glitters. So we have this beautiful red, and it is in the shade, does it have a shade name? Red Envelope. And so this is what this looks like. So it is in fact a gel. It's a beautiful red shimmery color. So just to swatch it, it's a little bit on the top, so I'm gonna just grab it and just rub it right on the back of my hand. And so that is what that looks like. You guys see that? Beautiful. It's a very vibrant red. Next up is the second glitter, and it's a gold glitter, and it is in the shade Gold Coin. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. A nice sprinkly gold. It's not necessarily chunky. It's not really chunky glitters, but you know, they'll do. Finally, we come to the palette. And so this is the Lunar New Year palette. And I think that this is just a stunning, fiery color palette. There are five pressed glitters in this palette. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shimmers. So it's a total of 21 shades. And so yeah, so let's go ahead and just jump right in here and let's see what we can create with this beautiful palette. All right, so let's grab this shade here, this sort of orangey brown shade called Warriors. I'm gonna pick this up on this Morphe 433 brush, and we're gonna just pack and blend that into the actual crease. So I was not expecting that Warrior shade to be as pigmented as it was. Like, whoa. So now we're going to dive into this green shade here called Money. And I'm going to take this small, what is this, a Morphe? I should know these brushes as much as I use them. This is a 506 brush. And so we're going to just pick up this green and lightly blend out the edges of the orange. Going back in with that first brush and just merging those edges. Just seamlessly merging those two colors. Next, we're going to jump into this yellow shade here called Yellow Mountain. I'm going to pick this up on this Morphe 456 brush. And we're just going to blend out the top portion of the eye with this yellow. So just right in with that green. I'm gonna go back in with that first shade on the first brush, and I want to just blend that into that a little bit more. Go back with the brush that had the green, dab a little into the green, and just touch this all up just a little bit. Don't quite know where we're going yet, but we're going to stick with it. We're going to pick up this red shade here called Mandarin. And we're going to just blend that into the natural crease, going just onto our hood. I lost a little of that orange shade, the first shade. So I'm just taking the very tip of this brush and just brushing, blending out the red. Just attempt this using just the tip. Just to sort of redeposit that orange that we lost. And I'm going to go back with this red and just polish up right there. I really do love what has happened here. But I'm struggling trying to figure out where I want to go next. But this shade here, what is it called? Firecrackers. I want to make sure that you guys can see what is happening with this shade. It's like an orange base with yellow and green like glitter. This shade is really just calling my name. It is calling my name. And I want to do like a spotlight effect with that shade. I'm just trying to figure out what's the right color to lay as a base for it, since it is orange. And I think I'm going to test something. I have an idea. And I'm going to test it on the back of my hand. I'm going to take the shade Mooncake. So let's see how this looks. So I'm going to pick this up on my finger. And I'm going to just swatch it right here on the back of my hand. And so that's what the shade looks like. I'm going to take my middle finger and I'm going to pick up this Firecracker shade. And I'm going to place it on top and see what this effect looks like. So this is the effect that I'm getting. And I think I like it. So let's take the red that we just used and let's go ahead and bring that all the way in. I don't have my contacts in and like stuff is on my screen. Let's take the red and let's just bring that all the way in. Let's just cover the lid. Let's just go ahead and cover the remaining lid space with this red, leaving just this tiny bit exposed. I'm going to take this M124 brush, which is a flat brush. I'm going to mist it with some setting spray. And I'm going to pick up that gold color mooncake. I'm going to pick that up with this brush. And let's go ahead and just get that on the small lid. So remember, guys, when you're doing a spotlight, you want to stay lined up with the iris of your eye. So look straight ahead. And I'm going to kind of mark out my iris. All right, so I did it on this eye. So let's do it on this eye. So I have some glitter adhesive on the back of my hand. And so I'm going to pick that up on my pinky and I'm going to go over that orange with the glitter glue. Just, you know, dabbing that on. Making sure to really spread it across that section. We want a nice base. That's nice and tacky. Then I'm gonna go in with the firecracker shade and we're going to just press it right on top of the glue. Giving this a nice green and orange like sparkle. And then I'm going to grab that brush that we used, the red, and just to make sure that everything is nice, merged and blended. The same thing on this side. And I could probably take a little more over here. Now let's test out this liner. So, never used a marker liner before. Well, I have. I've used a marker liner before with some of the Ipsy products, but I've never used the BH Cosmetics one before. So let's go ahead and just try to draw a wing, and we're going to do the bat wing method. So what I am doing, I am just going to draw the line of my wing. This is really kind of thick and it's kind of skipping a little bit. So I'm just really taking my time with this. And then I'm going to go right at my hood where I want my the line of my wing to go. And I'm just going to draw a line from there and connect the two. And this is really hard to use on my hooded eyes. So yeah, I'm not going to use this. This is too hard to use on my eyes. So I am going to grab my Better Than Sex liner, my felt tip liner, and let's go ahead and draw this wing because on my eyes, I can't use that. And so again, going where at my hood, it's going to connect that line. And then I'm going to draw a line down, fill in the empty space. And then let's go ahead and now most people would just draw a line straight to connect. I like to angle because my eyes tend to downturn slightly. So I like to angle this upwards towards that line. Plus I have to create symmetry because I have less space over here. So it helps me to kind of bring this line on like a curve and connect my wing. So I fill in some of that space, and then we're just going to go ahead and draw the line across. Make sure that that's a straight line. There it is. I'm going to pop on these Serena lashes from MFMG, and let's give it a go. Hopefully they'll be okay with this look, because I don't want a lash that's too long that'll cover the spotlight. All right, lashes are on. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my face, and when I come back, we'll talk about my final thoughts with the collection. This is the finished look. I'm so happy with how everything turned out. I love this lip. So as you can see, I did use, attempt to use everything in the collection. So that liner didn't work for my hooded eyes. So I'm not sure what I am going to end up doing with that. However, and Ollie Cat is shaking the camera. However, I did use the gel glitters. So as you can see, the gold coin shade, after I put on my highlighter, I just kind of took a dab of it on my finger and just pressed it against, my highlight area. So gave me a nice little sparkle on the cheeks. And then for the lips, I just took a little bit of the red envelope and just pressed a little on my bottom lip just to give my lip a little pizzazz. And I had the perfect earrings. I had the perfect earrings to go with this because they say loved. And, they're colorful. So I thought the color scheme kind of went with the way this look turned out. So, yeah, I think everything turned out pretty good. So overall for the palette, and I realized that we didn't swatch it. But as you saw when I swatched this orange, what is this? The mooncake color. This palette is actually pretty pigmented. I would dare to say that this is probably the most pigmented palette that I have in my collection, that I have from BH Cosmetics. I mean, when we put on this first shade, the warrior shade, I was not expecting that bold pop. I was expecting to have to kind of, build it up. But I mean, it popped. Even, the shimmer shade Firecracker. I mean, look how it's performing on the eyes. The red, very pigmented. Just to maybe to just swatch on my fingers. a couple of these shimmers just to kind of see what they're looking like, so I'm very, very pleased. Let's grab this green one here. I'm very pleased with what BH Cosmetics did with this palette. I can see myself reaching for this often, like very, very often. I have an idea, as a matter of fact, for a red and orange type of look with the orange glitter. So I mean, I will say it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait because I am very satisfied with how this performed. Well, gang, that is it. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this review. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me some comments below. Do you have the Lunar New Year collection? Was yours on time? Did you have to wait? So just communicate with me in the comments. Let's talk about this collection. How do you feel about this look that I created today? Do you intend to duplicate this look? My Instagram is right here. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, connect with me on Instagram. Share your looks, and if you recreate this look, share it with me. DM me. Let me know what your thoughts are. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. When you see my face pop up on the screen, that is another opportunity for you to join the Amy Gang. And thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.